Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to say Kalayimbo, Yehovah, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Harakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, God. Another year, against these prophecies, against these scriptures, against these news. Keep it short, sweet, to the point. Got a crossing guard here. After going, I'm not kicked off the street, but if I will, just go home, reassess, and find a new spot. It's normally not too bad. So, as you know, in Syria, we just had the removal of their leader of the ruling dynasty that's ruled for many years, Bashar al-Assad. You know that he's ruled Syria for, his family, his dynasty has ruled Syria for, I think about 50 years or so. And finally they've been put out of power. So, they already got so you know, we got that to look for. Right? This is all things that we prophesied on. This is the book of Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, war, and evil, and a pestilence. Right? So that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, this is what we're prophesying about. We're prophesying about war, about pestilence. And these are things that we said, months ago, that more war is likely going to happen. We went into the precepts, right? Because wars would be a sign of the end times.
Really?
Right? Yeah. Chapter 3, verse 32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Right? So hear this truth and refuse it not. Right? And we're the majority. 2/3 of our people do here in America. Right? They refuse this truth. They refuse to hear instruction. They refuse to hear rebuke. All they do is look at us and call us crazy. Right? Now therefore, verse 34, blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, watching at the post of my doors. Right? And that's what we do. We watch at the post of the Lord's doors. Right? We watch to make sure, go into these news, these scriptures, these prophecies, we can doubt, right? But that's what we're called to do, Let's see if we can get precepts here. So I'm swinging all over the place. I wrote down a couple things, so I have a rough idea, but I'll probably jump around here and there and look for stuff that I know already. Amos, this book is here. This book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11, that's the point. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, thou wilt send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Right? And that's what's coming. Soon you're not going to have people like me on the street corners what's going on. So you're not gonna have people like me on the street corners teaching this truth, right? Because times are coming very soon where people, me myself, a lot of us, well, now I'll say a lot of us, because I don't know the numbers. I'm not, I'm not the Most High, and I don't control anything. I'm not, I don't control nothing. I'm just a man. Right? Even though we know that we were, powers back then, but I'm in a fleshly body, right? No one knows the day save the Lord, so I can't really tell you beat for beat what's going to happen. But some men will be taken in concentration camp. Right? They shall wander from sea to sea and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. Exactly. So people are going to come looking, try to hear the words of the Lord, and they're not going to find it. Right? Because the men of the Lord are not going to be out here on the street corners anymore. We're not going to be here to answer your questions. What's the name of the Lord? Talking about basics, Move the camera over here so I don't catch anybody. Right? So, you're not gonna be able to, answer questions like, hey, what's the name of the Lord? How do you keep the Sabbath? What's the new moon? You're not gonna be able to, filter out these events. The main thing is that to filter out these events, through the scriptures and tell you how you're supposed to move. We're not gonna be there to help you with that. That's why you gotta get it now. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right? So remember now the Creator in the days of your youth. Right now, that according to Scripture, ages don't matter. The prophet Jeremiah, he said, that, hey, I can't speak for I'm but a babe. So Jeremiah was a young man. We don't know how old Jeremiah was. I think we say like 16 to 20s, right? But he was a young guy, right? He was going out there and teaching his people. You could actually go ahead and touch on some of that. The woman I'm talking about, hey, what's that guy doing over there? Let's go kick him out. If they do, I'm gonna leave because those are officers, and I'm not fucking with that, dude. I'll just find a new spot. It will make me sad though, because it's hard to find spots. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before I came forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and adorned thee a prophet unto the nations. Right? That's what it is, right? Our job is to tell our people to get right and to tell the heathen that the destruction cometh not. Right? And that's all our job to do as a prophet. Prophets means to say before. Right? We want our people to come in destruction, and we're the heathen that the destruction cometh. Right? The end is not. For the way the world is now. For the world said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee. Whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord. Right? So that's what it is, man. So don't be afraid. Right? And that's an important thing for us to keep. He says, how the Spirit, the sound mind, not given unto the spirit of fear, to be courageous. Right? And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be courageous. We're supposed to be out here, staying inside because you're afraid to teach. It's one thing if it's cold or weather, but it's another thing just staying inside because you're afraid. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now that Creator in the days of thy youth, for the evil days draw not, come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, let clouds return after the rain. Right? So that's what's going to come, man. You know, when these missiles come, they're gonna block the skies. It's gonna be complete pitch darkness, right? It's gonna jump ahead, right? And the day when the keepers in the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grind will cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows will be darkened. Right? The keepers of the house, right? The strong men. And we're just talking about the military, right? And the grinders are these jobs, man. And a lot of people talk about they're struggling to find work, but when these end times come, people are gonna struggle even more to find work. You know, and the Jacob trouble comes, right? There's gonna be no jobs. People are gonna do. No one's gonna be doing anything. You know, right now in New York City, it's a place of great noise. Right? Everyone's working, people are doing stuff. It's nice, so people are closing up. Right? Times are coming when no one's gonna be working. You know, it's gonna be martial law. You know, there's gonna be blackouts, famines, right? Lack of bread, lack of food. Right? There's gonna be no jobs out here to do. Right? And all chaos is gonna break. Is gonna break loose. Right? This is the book of Proverbs. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, and stand up for the children of thy people. Right, thy people, once again, talking about the nation, the 12 tribes. For the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was, since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be written in the book. Right, so if Michael stands for the children of thy people, right, which is the 12 tribes, right? And at that time thy people shall be delivered, right? Thy people shall be delivered, right? Everyone that shall be found written in the book. So those that are written in the book are only going to come from the tribe of Messiah, right? And their descendants, right? Which that is irrespective of complexion, right? In other words, your name or your bloodline being on the sign has nothing to do with your skin complexion, your appearance or your phenotype. It has everything to do with the seed line of your fathers, right? But obviously, you know, the main thing, you know, which is going to call you to be delivered is going to be your spirit, right? So that was that. You can get the second verse. Is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. This is 3, 4, that's 15. 15 is beautiful. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse, no, it says chapter 6. So we start at 6. Because everything we're talking about, right, these are things that we're prophesying of, right? The prophets that have been before thee have prophesied again, both against great kingdoms of war and of evil of pestilence, right? So this is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? Right? So what is going to be, when is that going to happen? What are going to be the tokens that are going to be the change of rulership? Right? Verse 8, he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand first held the heel of Esau. Right? And Jacob You know, it's where you get the 12 tribes and the sign, right? Esau, according to scriptures.
Like the Bible.
Yeah, man, of course, man. Do you know anything about this thing, man? About the Israelites? Oh, okay, so you're Christians. Nah, man, but just so you know, man, you know, a lot of people teach about Israelites, but did you know that you be on the sign, right?
Yeah.
Do you see yourself on the sign? Do you have any bloodline going to anything here? Whether it be African American?
I don't know. I know about Polish blood, and I know they're heavily.
Hey, you ever hear about the Dark Ages?
Yeah.
No, you know, black men were ruling in Europe with the research, man. You know, they were all over Poland. They were in like, I think that's where you even get the word Switzerland from, Schwarzer. It means black. You know, so there was black men all across Europe. They had kingdoms and rulerships.
Judah.
Yes.
Reuben.
No.
Biblical.
No. It's not about, so you guys call yourself Jews? You say you're Jews? No. You're not a Jew.
Jude.
Okay.
His name's Jude.
Oh, his name is Jude. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jude Reuben.
Okay, see, that's beautiful. You know, you get the name to that. But do your research. There's black men all across Europe, Ireland. You know, it goes back to Simeon and your father. It's not about complexion, but it's more about well, you know, people come up, they ask questions. You know, you look kind of curious, but whatever. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8. Right? He said unto me, for Abraham unto Isaac, from Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the hail of Esau. Right? Esau would be so-called white people today. Right? But as I went into, it's deeper than that, because complexion has nothing to do with it. Because our people were scattered across the whole world. Right? So our people look like all the different tribes and all the different nations. Right? Verse 9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Right? So the one in rulership right now are actual Edomites, natural Edomites, not Israelite foreigners. Actual Edomites, right? And they're going to be the end of this age, because that's what the word world means here. You know, it doesn't always mean like the literal planet. And according to Ecclesiastes, the earth itself abideth forever. It's not going to be destroyed. Right? This is right. Verse 10, the hand of man is the twisted heel, and not the hand of the question, Ezra, likest thou not. Right, which I believe is the heel of hand, right? Right, the hand of man betwixt the heel and the hand, right? So between your hand, I think in your fingertips, pretty much don't ask about the middle. You know about the end, what's going to happen, right? But don't ask about the middle, because that's something that's going to be revealed later, which is revealed now in these times that we live in, right? So that, we can go into this one. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, right? Answer me then, right? The archangel Uriel speaking to Ezra, the prophet. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right? So measure thou the time diligently. Right? So the measuring tool in which you're able to measure the time is through the Bible. Right? Not just through watching the news. Right? You need the Bible to tell you about the prophecies and things that are going to happen in the future. And then we're able to use watching at the post of the Lord's doors and get this news and put two and two together. You know? Right? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? So earthquakes and uproars of people in the world, right? And you're seeing this civil war in Syria. Is that not an uproar of the people? Like, these are things that have been spoken about in prophecy. You know, it's just another thing that's coming down. Right? Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end is manifest, right? And this end is coming up real soon, right? The end of Esau's rulership and the beginning of Jacob's rulership, right? Even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs, right? As you meet this end, we're seeing a lot more effects and signs. And we just saw a world, a nation fall, a nation tumble before our very eyes. The government completely collapsed, and the leader, Bashar al-Assad, they don't even know where he's at. They say he went to Moscow, right? Which there was some university. I think the leader of Hamas or something, or Palestine, one of them, they came from some Moscow university. But those universities in Moscow, they train a lot of those leaders when you go into history. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. Fire here. Okay, let's see. Something I'm looking for Sturgis for a minute. Martins. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days. Right? Ezra speaking, because he knew he would be around in these times. Right? Because reincarnation is a biblical thing. But they knew about reincarnation. That's why, even when Yahushua asked his disciples, what do they say I am? So some say that you're Elijah, some say that you're this, some say that you're that.
No, but he was
Actually, I think I'll get the article. Because reincarnation was a biblical, something that was well understood in the ancient world. Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? So that's the times that we're moving into right now. The beginning of famine, the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of great death. Right? These are things that are coming upon this place. Right? Why? Because of its great wickedness. Right? Then we can get that in Revelation 18. I'll remember that one mentioned. Right? Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish, of sin as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge. Right? It's just another event. The fall of Syria is another event. To be a scourge for amendment. But the people won't change. They'll just keep doing what it is they're gonna do. They'll keep making their jokes. They'll keep laughing. They'll keep coming at us with complete hatred, right? Because, well, for one, it's prophesied that they would do that, right? And it's the spirit, right? And this is what we go against. We always got to remind this that we go against spirits, right? This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness in this world, rulers of the darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So we don't go against, people. We're not here to fight, on the carnal sense on this side, right? We're here to teach, right, and call the elect of our people, right? Whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, right? Because that's our job as a watchman, right? We'll switch gears here. Because we're watching these things play out in Syria, right? But everyone, I know people in the back of their mind say, oh, I guess I'm sure I'm happy to be in America, but the same things you see in the third world, government collapses, revolts. These are the things that we saw in the Arab Spring, right? These are things that are about to come to America real soon. It's not going to be, a revolt, a revolution, a rebellion. This isn't going to be something that's going to be foreign to this place. It's going to be something that's going to happen locally, right? So this is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7. And we shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet, right? So the end is not yet. These things are playing off, but the end is not yet come. So we still have to push. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. And there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. Right? This is the things that we're living with right now. These are things that we're seeing on a daily basis. So that was that. This is right, because I think that this is something that's going to be far. Right? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and 1. At these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils. And therefore every foul spirit in a cage, and every unclean and hateful bird. Right? So America is not going to be inhabited from generation to generation. America is Babylon according to the Holy Scriptures. Right? But to prove that it's going to be destruction by fire is going to take this place out is a lot, but I think I'll go with this one. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13. Right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chelah's excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right? So as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah with fire, so will this wicked nation of Babylon, the great, which is America, will also be taken out by fire. They will be destroyed with nuclear fire. Right? See if there's more here. Yeah, this is another one, right? Verse 5, they come from a far country, even from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his nation destroyed the whole land. And we always say that his weapons of his nation, carry second Esdras, I think it was chapter 16 or maybe 13, right? It talks about how when the Lord returns, he's going to have a tempest, right? Fire, flames, right? It's going to come from his chariot, the fathership. It's going to destroy this place in its entirety, right? Revelation 18, verse 2, he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, has become the habitation of devils, hold every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of the fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right? And, that's all the things they sell from the place. Right? But for this place's wickedness, it's going to be destroyed, right? And not be inhabited ever again. Right? Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and you receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, double unto her, according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. Right? So this place was taken by murder, right? By assault, right? By death, through famine, plagues, right? Biological warfare, these different things. But this place here is going to go out in a violent fashion as well, right? As he took our people through violence, this place will be taken and destroyed through violence, right? So I think that's pretty much it. I was going to go get some articles, but I think that's more than serviceable. Camp. With that, right? Let's say Ryan Roll, Howell Bashir Shah Bashir Kadash. Right, and with that, once again, double honor to the elders and apostles GMS, great most going to do one teach well. We'll see y'all one.